This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life. Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative, Position 1, GOP. Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner, District 3. And Tigert Media. Good evening and welcome to Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington for tonight's South Sound Conference football game between the Shelton Highclimbers and the Capital Cougars. I'm Deidre Allen and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living Pregame Show. This is a conference opener and pits the 0-2 Highclimbers against the 2-0 Cougars. Shelton opened the season with a 35-14 loss to North Mason in the Mason County Cup and lost 55-6 at Montesano last week. Capital knocked off Lakes in Week 1 and last week beat WF West. Final score for both games was 22-9. The Climbers are slowly improving, but the road doesn't get any easier as the Cougars are expected to be one of the top teams in the conference this season. Plus, Capital has won the last 3 games against Shelton, winning last year 42-14. This is Week 3 of the 2018 high school football season on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Capital Cougars at the Shelton Highclimbers. Coming up on the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show, we talk with Climbers coach Mike Speaks on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Welcome back to the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Deidre Allen, and it is now time to talk with the coach. Earlier this week, I had an opportunity to talk with Shelton coach Mike Speaks.
Just wanted to get your initial thoughts on the Monty game. Scoreboard kind of speaks for itself on that part, but there's got to be some positives you took away from the game.
We're super young, you know. We're very young. We're learning. You know, we got, 6 to 7, 15-year-old kids out there playing football right now, and we don't have a lot of juniors. The seniors that we have, had quite a few injuries after that North Mason game. So we're pretty young, so we're learning, the kids are learning. They're learning the system, they're learning the identity, and we got to play for 4 quarters. And that's been the story of the last 2 weeks is playing 4 quarters. But we don't have a lot of depth, so our guys are getting pretty tired and pretty wore down by the 3rd and 4th quarter.
So let's talk about the injuries. what can you give us a quick summary of who's injured and how that's impacting how you're playing?
Yeah, so, the North Mason game, we had 3 guys get nicked up pretty good, mainly on defense. They're mostly defensive guys. They do play offense, but they're starters on defense. So defensively, we were without 3 starters, and that hurt a little bit. But we get those guys back, so that's nice. Last week we had a couple guys get one guy got a concussion, so he's out for at least this week. And then Troy took a pretty good, our starting running back took a pretty good shot when he got knocked out of bounds. He landed on the shoulder. So his shoulder's a little bit sore, so he's basically, we're just kind of seeing how he's going to feel come Friday.
Okay.
So, we got, 3 sophomores starting on the O-line. We got sophomore running back, a sophomore quarterback. We were starting a sophomore wide receiver. We're young. You can see that we're young.
So you start your conference play on Friday against Capital. What do you know about the Cougars?
The Cougars are good. I mean, Capital's a good football team. They have a really good quarterback, a really good wide receiver. Both of them are all conference type players. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us, because these guys can throw the football and they can run it. So it's going to be a challenge, but they're a good football team. We're looking forward to it on Friday night.
Anything special you have planned, or just play high climber ball?
Well, right now it's just really keeping the confidence of the young guys in the team right now. We're again, I hate to keep using the term young, but you can see how young we are right now. So that's really the focus right now, is just knowing our assignments. Knowing when, hey, knowing down and distance, knowing our assignments, and just keep going over that and trying to keep things as simple as possible. That's the hard thing right now, is we want to, as coaches, we want to go, but the kids aren't quite ready for that yet.
Okay, Coach. So, well, you had anything else to add?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well,
I mean, Monty's a good football team. I mean, let's don't, they're a solid program, and we had our opportunities. It was 8-0. We get down, we have a run, about a 45-yard run down to the, we were inside their 7-8 yard line. Would have been first and goal, but we had a penalty that pushed us back and took our momentum away. So I mean, that's a different game again. Just like I told the boys, last week against North Mason. It's 7-7. We fumble on the 1 yard line, right? We go into halftime, we're up 14-7.
Right.
And it's the same thing. It's just these young mistakes that you got to kind of live with for a few weeks, and hopefully we grow. The kids get a little more confidence, the young kids, and we can start putting together drives, and we can keep our defense off the field, because that's the other side of it is, our defense is on the field too much. So, I think we had off the top of my head, I think we had 8 defensive series.
Right.
I believe 7 or 8 series in the first half. I mean, that's just a lot of time on the field for your defense.
Right.
Defensively, I mean, obviously the scoreboard doesn't show it, but defensively the kids are playing well. It's just they get tired, they get wore down, and then, it's kind of the same thing as last year. In the previous years is, the kids will play hard, but, we got to figure out how to put some points on the board, So that's a big deal.
The Shelton coach, Mike Speaks, his Highclimbers, hosts the Capital Cougars next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. I've lived in Shelton for the last 14 years. During this time, I've gotten to know and love Mason County and the people who live here. When I decided to run for commissioner, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to give back to a community that has been so good to me and my family. I'm humbled that so many of you have given me your support and love. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down
and move over.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, wants to help voters make informed decisions this election season by broadcasting candidate events. At 7, September 24th, the North Mason Chamber of Commerce and the North Mason Community Voice are holding a debate at the Hub in Belfair. At 6:30, October 4th, the League of Women Voters of Mason County is holding their Speed Dating Candidates Forum in Mason County POD 3's auditorium. And at 5:30, October 9th, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce is holding a candidates forum at Olympic Middle School in Shelton. Everyone is welcome to attend in person or online.
Freedom at home and abroad. Tonight the colors are presented by the Shelton High School.
Time for the colors, everyone, so we're going to stand for them to come out.
Please remain standing until the colors are retired. And thank you. Great job, NJR.
All right, and welcome to Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. I'm Diedrich Allen. Are you ready for some football, gentlemen?
Yes, we are.
We got two new voice, well, one new voice, and the guy you're used to, Jerry Apple, at the end there. But this guy is a new voice. And Eric, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everyone out there.
Hi, I'm Eric Raywald. I've been a long-time coach at Shelton for the last 17 years. My first year not being on the field, and I'm looking forward to calling some plays here tonight. Go Climbers!
So, Coach Raywald going to be adding a little different perspective than we get from Jerry. And Jerry always
different.
Always different. And different is always good. And Jerry will be doing our stats as he has for the last umpteen years, Jerry. Well, my name is Diedrich Allen. We are ready for some South Sound Conference football here at Highclimber Stadium, or Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium. Heard from the coach in the pregame. Young. They got to figure out their positions, their formations, and figure out how to move the ball, I guess, and put some points on the board. That's basically the summary, paraphrasing what he told me in the pregame. Eric, you've watched them a little bit throughout the years, of course, and you're
Young is always tough to find that identity as a team. It takes, you only have a finite set of weeks to do it, but by week 3, I would guess they're getting there, but because of the injury bug, it's been such a strange year getting started so late. It might take them a little longer, but tonight's the night. They've got to find that identity.
So it appears that the Cougars will be getting the opening kickoff. So De La Sancha has it teed up at the 40, and I can't see who's back deep just yet. I got a 6 and an 8. For the Cougars. So 6 is Regan Davina, and 8 is Trevin Moore, standing about their 5-yard line, waiting for this kickoff to get this thing started. There we go. Kind of a short kick. It's going to drop at the 25, picked up on the far side. At the 20, going sideways. And then, say about a 5-yard return on that. And it's Davina that took the ball about 5 yards from the 25 to the 30, and that's where the Cougars will start out on their own 30-yard line.
That stop was made by Ivory Alexander and number 15, Charlie Hurt. Both good kids.
We're not ignoring Jerry at all, but he can chime in there if he has something to say. Now, Capital projected to be one of the better teams in the league this year, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the best they've had in a long time is what I've read.
And you've got Erickson, a little pass to open things up. And overthrew his intended target. That was Jackson. Grant Erickson.
Now I see Ivory Alexander's playing out there at cornerback. I don't know why, but he wasn't here the first 2 games. But he's a very good athlete and a very intense, hard-hitting young man. That's number 24.
So 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Opening drive here. And Grant Erickson will go under center. Pitch it out. And that's Clayton Grady getting around the outside.
Stopped by Alexander again.
That was Clayton Grady.
Let's see, 6 yards on that pickup. Brings up 3rd down. About 4. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm looking at the near referee, and it's actually only a 4-yard pickup. We'll get it in a rather, Eric. Just chime in when you can. So receiver down here below us is Chris Pinner. He's a little speedster out there. Man in motion.
We've got a flag on the play.
And we have a flag. The man in
motion
was
probably going to be against Climbers. Looks like encroachment.
Yeah, you're right. Not quite enough to give him the first down.
So mental errors are always bad way to start things, but they'll get over this.
So we have a 3rd and about 1 from the 39. Little blitz there and a quick dump off.
Surprised he did a pass on that. 4th and 1, do you think they're going to punt or go for it?
I would say they go for it, but I don't know. I'm a broadcaster, not a coach.
I think you're right.
I'll
but it
guess
looks like
that
the punt team.
They'll punt.
They're going to punt. Okay. Well, at least that's what they're lining up to do is punt.
Well, watch for the fake, correct.
Right. Anthony Bourne will go back deep for the Highclimbers. Standing about his 25 or so. And Penner's the kicker, and he's going to do a little drop kick. It's a line drive. It's going to bounce to roll right into about the 30. So a good opening series, I guess you could say, defensively for the Highclimbers.
31-yard punt. No return.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 30. So if you're a coach, that's what you really like to see, is a good defensive stand to open the game.
That's what you have to do to set that pace. Set your standard right now.
So Cook will go under center. He has a guy behind him. A little bit of a blitz, little play action. Cook on the rollout. Deflected and incomplete. Good hands up there by, was it 63?
He looks like he's a pretty tall guy.
Yeah, Daniel Bailey.
He's listed as 6'5".
Yeah, that's a big hill to get over, I guess. So 2nd and 10 coming for the Highclimbers.
Jerry, did you catch who was in the backfield for us?
Yes, it's number 21 and number 22, I believe.
It's actually going to be a handoff, and it's Josiah Olds on the carry, getting around the near side, up near the first down marker. He may even have it, and Josiah had the lone touchdown for the Highclimbers last week.
Now, Josiah has been, his dad's on the field right now. He's been a stat guy for the Climbers for the last 15 years. He's a coach now. And Josiah was a ball boy for me from the age of 6. So he's stood on that sideline for many, many games, and a really good kid.
So it was a 1st down, 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 41.
Josiah's the 7th of 7 kids.
Oh, Cook in a little bit of trouble, and down he goes. I don't know if he didn't really have any time to set up on the tackle there. I have Mason Bertelli.
Yeah, we're missing Kyle McGregor tonight. He's out with a possible concussion. They're keeping him out for precautionary measures. He's probably our biggest guy at 6'4", 250.
So loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11 at the 40 now. Cook going under center a lot this time. He's been playing out of the pistol, and a handoff and nowhere to run there. Josiah Olds wrapped up immediately after getting the handoff. And a loss of 5 on that.
Mason Bertelli sniffed that out pretty well, too.
Well, isn't there a saying in coaching, you keep doing the same play until they stop you?
Yes, and number 52, they're inside our middle linebacker. Played here for the Climbers for the last 2 years. Caesar Tinkersley,
now
standout player.
Now he's wearing white instead of black. So you have a 3rd and 16, ball back at the 34. Little play action on the rollout, and Cook.
Oh, he got away that
one. Got away. He dumps it off, or tries to dump it off. Intended for Victor Alonso Contria. Can't even read my own thing here.
Well, that flag was thrown from where it's probably going to be a holding call. Nope.
Nope. So an illegal man downfield on the incomplete.
The one thing that the Shelton Highclimbers need to overcome is the penalties. Last week, they had 105 yards of penalties. You can't do that.
Okay, yeah, you can't win a game with those penalties. Just shooting yourself in the foot.
So they're going to take the results of the play, decline the penalty, and it'll be 4th down and 16 from the 34. And Zach Della Sancha will be punting it back to the Cougars.
I was Zach's kicking coach for the last 4 years, and I've always thought he should have been in there earlier, but he's a real good kicker. Real nice guy. Hard working.
A little bit of pressure there. Gets off a nice punt. It's going to be taken at the 30 on a fair catch by Trevon Moore, and the Cougars will start out at the 31.
36-yard punt. Nice air time, nice hang time.
Well, Della Sancha had a lot of work last week, so I think
he had a very sore leg last week.
Yeah.
after the game.
On-the-job training.
So Grant Erickson is going to bring out the Cougars. Got a receiver wide to this near side. That's Grady Landenkugel. One in the slot on the far side. I'm assuming that's Pinner. Can't see his number from here. It's like an I formation.
Yeah, a little different than what they've been in, but we've got the option again.
And a pitch and a nice pickup by Moore. Or I'm sorry, that was Grady. First down and a bunch more after that.
Looks like he got about 17 on that.
I kind of expected a little bit more in the air from the Cougars tonight, but it's early.
Their first down.
So the Cougars are at the a yard short of midfield. Two receivers on this side. Little handoff up the middle. And making his way, it's Eric Jackson on the carry for, it was like 12, 13 yards. First
that
down.
was just a basic little dive, and they got 12 out of it. Got to stop those.
Second first down.
Ball's at the 38-yard line for the Shelton 38. Got a receiver on each side.
They're back to the I formation.
Yep.
Straight up the middle.
Oh, wow. Just a power run there. That's Grady.
I think they're starting this game off with their bread and butter plays here. That nothing fancy, just straight ahead football. It looks like we've got Sebastian Engel going in, number 62, playing off our defensive tackle. And he's replacing Alex Aniza.
So getting out of that eye. Back to pass. This time, nice catch.
Real nice catch.
That was Landenkugel with the catch. And that's a first down for the Cougars at the 16-yard line.
Christian's a very dedicated athlete that had reconstructive surgery to his knee back when he was in 8th grade. And he's come back over that and become a real good, hard-working guy.
Third first down for the Capital Cougars.
So two receivers on the far side. Pinner's in the slot. Pitch to Grady this time. Going around the left side. He sneaks up near the first down marker to the 19. It's almost like they're playing in slow motion, guys. It just seems like it's going very slowly. Is it just me?
No, it's not. We've got another replacement. Nathan Farr came out, and he is replaced by Austin Steele, a sophomore.
Single setback this time for Erickson. He's got two receivers to the far side, one to the near side. The Highclimbers are jumping a little late on that flag.
Well, they're set up for, they're in cover 3, which is the zone coverage. And Capital might take advantage of that. You've got the shortened field down here at this point.
Penalty will give him the first down.
I didn't catch what that penalty was for.
Encroachment, offsides. They're jumping.
Fourth first down for Capital.
Looks like the same formation. Grady's in the slot on the far side. He'll come into motion, the back of the formation, and a handoff to the first guy through. That's Eric Jackson pounding his way. About 8, it looks like.
Just another dive right through the 2 gap there.
Trevor Meyer on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
6:38 to go here, first quarter.
Gain of just
Second possession for the Cougars. And they're knocking on the door.
Capital is averaging about 8 to 9 yards per carry.
Well, they only need 6, so hope they shut that down.
Well, it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 on the 6.
And off to Grady. Grady stutter steps. The Highclimbers are
there.
there.
Go.
And they bring him down. A host of Highclimbers saw that one coming. I think it was led by Charles Hurt.
There must have been a half dozen guys in on that one. And that's what you need to see every play. Swarm defense.
This was Van Dyke, first guy in there, but there was a host
Loss
of Highclimbers.
3 on the play.
So it brings up 3rd and 5.
Highclimber 10-yard line.
Ball back at the 10. Erickson under center again.
They're in double tights this time.
One receiver to the far side. Back to pass, looking that way. Throws to the end zone and hit the upright there.
Good catch for the goalpost.
Yeah.
Erickson's pass incomplete out of the back of the end zone.
What is interesting, Capital has thrown 3 times and all 3 passes have been incomplete, but they've been doing a great job on the ground.
Nice stop there for the Highclimbers.
Well, it looks like they're going for the 3 here. I don't know who their kicker is.
I think it's Penner, Chris Penner, number 3. I'm only...
Yeah, he's setting his block up, so on paper he's going for the kick.
Yeah, just keep in mind Grant Erickson is the holder.
I would guess so that at this point of the game you take the automatic 3.
So there's the kick. It is up. Nice high kick. Is it on target?
Yes, it is.
It certainly is. So Cougars get on the board first. 3-0 early on. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
And we're back here. Highclimber Field. It's Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. It'll get into a rhythm saying that, guys. Eric, you look like you have something very intent to say.
I'm just trying to see who's back there deep. It looks like I just can't see. Maybe Anthony Bourne?
Anthony Bourne, far side. It looks like it might be Jason Kenyon on the near side.
Well, when Kenyon gets those motors,
oh yeah,
you better look out because the guy's a ball of energy.
Kenyon's had some nice returns this year.
He is a very intense player, both football and basketball.
There's a run up in the kick. This one's high and end over end. Bourne will take it at the 10. He's got some blockers ahead. Cuts to the middle at the 20. Trying to get out of the grasp of one Cougar, and then that's about it.
So for those of you that don't know or recognize Anthony's name, Anthony's older brother, stepbrother, was David Ajamu, who just graduated from the University of Washington after 5 seasons with the Dogs.
I always liked watching David play.
David is a heck of a good guy. Still keep track of him, and him and Ralph Kinney were a good tandem.
Yeah, they were, yes. So Bourne will come wide to this near side.
And Anthony really looks up to his older brother.
Looks like it might be Hurt to the far side. The handoff. Oles, I believe, on the carry, just a little too patient there, and lost a yard on that one. No gain, I guess.
Well, that looks like the technique that the running back uses from Pittsburgh, but he's got a few other talents.
Well, when he gets going, and we've seen him, he's got some speed. And
probably one of the fastest guys on the team.
He had a beautiful run last week of 66 yards.
He's one of the hardest workers on that team, I'll tell you that, in the offseason and in the weight room. And he lives and breathes and eats football.
So a receiver on each side. Looks like the Cougars are showing a little bit of blitz. Quick little dump off.
Oh, there we go.
It's complete. And I didn't see who got that ball. Zach Jonker with the catch. Right up the middle, sneaking out of that tight end position. That was a sneak. I haven't seen that one at all so far this season for the Highclimbers.
Just a little skinny post there. Jonker plays basketball also, and he's a very good athlete.
Danny Mendiola Lopez out to the near side. Back to pass goes Cook, I should say. He hands it off, and Oles might have got a yard on that.
Well, with the lack of size on our offensive line, I think they need some misdirection, counters, a little bit of tomfoolery to get things going here for them.
Bourne comes out. Hunter Borgalt's in. He'll come to the near side.
Hunter's also a backup kicker and punter for us.
Single setback is Oles. Actually, no, it's not. There's a guy back there with him. Back to pass, little quick dump out. That's just.
They've got the blitz on there.
Knocked down. So it's.
They had all the horses coming on that one.
Yeah.
We got real lucky.
Hands up and everything. And
that was a third thrown pass, one completed so far.
So we got 3rd and 9 from the 31 now. Seen a lot of different numbers out there than the first 2 weeks.
It's been really switching them around, yes. And I would guess Capital's getting ready for a pass, but we'll see what happens.
It's like the same formation. Just switch to the opposite side.
Capital's in a 3-call defense.
Hurts the guy on this side.
Too much time.
Yeah.
Darn it.
So delay game penalty on the Highclimbers.
As a coach, there's nothing more frustrating than that penalty.
So I'm kind of curious. What is Cook doing up there that takes so much time? Is he just reading the defense?
So they're sitting in plays by hand signals on the sideline.
Right.
And I just don't know why he's not getting those in time.
That was the 4th penalty for 25 yards.
Always nice to have a celebrity in the broadcast team.
You use the term very loosely, I hope.
I do. Out of the gun will go Cook. He's got 3 receivers on the far side. He's going to catch and throw and overthrow his intended target. Just a little bit behind him and a little bit high, and I believe that was Boren, the intended target, and that'll bring a 4th down.
So that was Sante Lopez that came by to say hello, and I don't know what he really said, but his younger nephew's out there. He starts for us at cornerback.
That's why I say, it's always nice to have a celebrity, And we're sitting in the stands, so there's no
stopping him.
No stopping him. That and the fact they didn't bring up my stanchions to do some sort of a barrier.
I'll get the language filter for later.
Right. Oh, a little bit of pressure,
almost
but Sacha gets it off.
Zach's a good punter under pressure.
Yeah, and he's been under pressure a lot.
I don't know what the heck that was, but
well, it was a fair catch, and then it fell short, and the Highclimbers just kind of tapped it.
That was Ammon Anderson.
Just trying to get it further
down
up.
to the volleyball method.
Right. Didn't quite work there. So the Cougars will start out on their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now you probably remember
28-yard punt.
Ammon's older brother was Ben Anderson, who was part of the Ajamu Kinney Anderson tandem back in the day.
Well, back to the I formation with the receiver on each side for the Cougars. Expect Grady to get the ball. Yep, a little play action here. He's going deep.
He's got a guy.
Oh, almost intercepted. Just off the hands of who was that out there?
By the way he's running, I think that's Lopez, who we just talked about.
I believe so. Yep, it is. So one with the smallest print.
Yeah, that's Christian. One of the faster guys on the team. And like Josiah Oles, those two eat, drink, and think nothing but football.
Nice coverage. That was the 4th pass thrown by Capital.
So out of the pistol will go Erickson this time. But he's got nobody wide. Everybody's around him.
They've got double tights,
yeah.
And he's
going to hand it off to the first guy. Nice little cutback there for Jackson. It's very patient. The very patient running is what I'm seeing so far in this game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of spurts. They're just looking for those holes. So it's 3rd down, and it looks like 4.
That kind of approach runs best with a team that's finding its own still.
The same formation again, out of the pistol. This time on the option.
Keeps it.
Yeah, they'll get the first down up there about the 40, inside the 40.
Well, Grant Erickson is listed at 6'6", 220. That's pretty big for a high school quarterback.
First down is what they do say on the field, just inside the 40. Go ahead.
That was nice quarterback keeper. 5th first down.
That looks like Sinise, I'm not sure.
I can't see. You're talking about the guy down on the bench.
Yes, maybe a cramp he's being treated for.
A handoff in the middle, and that.
Number 7.
Is it number 7, Jackson, on the carry?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, Jerry. I'm looking down at the bench, and Jerry's paying attention to the play.
4-yard carry by Jackson.
So we're approaching 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. 3-0 Capital.
Well, that was a fast quarter.
Well, it's got
not over yet, but
plenty of time to slow down. Got a nice crowd from Capital here. This formation, this tight formation is...
You call it a full house?
Well, I would.
Well, he almost stumbled there, but he kept his balance. It looks like he might have got first.
Yeah, we're just right up to the 30. And who was on that? That was number 7, Jackson, on the carry. So much going on here. I'm having a difficult time keeping up.
Yes, that was Alex Shaniza being worked on by the trainer, but I think it was just a cramp.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Comes up just a little short, called 3rd and 1 at the 30.
I believe that was this is Shaniza's first game because he's been gone. He just got back from the Philippines.
Another inside handoff. Getting the first down and inside the 25 was Eric Jackson again. They'll spot it at the 23.
Gain of about 6 on the play. That's the 6th first down.
So officially they'll spot it at the 24. Be 1st and 10 from there. Staying in this tight formation.
Call this the Capital formation. I don't know what it is.
It's a keeper for Erickson. He'll dive to the 20. Wasn't really happy with himself on that decision to keep the ball, I don't think. But the Highclimbers seem to be defending that option well at this point.
For what they've got to work with, yes. It's not the biggest line I've ever seen.
Gain of 3 on the play.
So it brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20, 21.
I've got Easton Whalett out there, number 53. I don't know that young man, but good size. Playing right defensive end.
Hand off to Grady this time. Trying to find some space around the right side. Gets inside the 20 to about the 20, at the 18, maybe the 17, depending on where they're spotting it. Looks like it is a 17.
Gain of 4 on the play.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back with that the second quarter. 3-0 Capital here early.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Pretty good crowd here tonight.
We're back here at Jack Stark Field and Highclimber Stadium. And yeah, it was a pretty good crowd. And the difference, they're not opening up the other side for the Capital.
The first game they did have that open, didn't they?
They had North Mason all over that far side. Nobody was over here, and now I got Capital.
I'd say we're at 90% occupancy here almost. It's a pretty good crowd.
A lot of Capital people down there. They were trying to get the crowd going here. We have a 3rd and 4 for Capital. Back to pass goes Erickson. Got a guy there, and a nice catch. Did he catch it?
That is a touchdown, I believe.
That is a touchdown. No official signal as of yet. Yes, there it is.
Okay.
The catch was Carson Collard. Touchdown.
Another tall guy, 6'3", 185, senior.
Cougars now up 9-0. And Penner will come on for the point after.
About every 10 years we see this formation where we've got the center, the team huddles on the left, moves right, get under the ball, and here we go.
See if you're napping, maybe?
I've never understood it.
Yeah?
But yes, I think that's the thinking.
So Penner's Yeah, the ball's down, snap is
good.
It's good. The kick is good. So make it 10-0. Cougars on top. Just 4 seconds into the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask. I've been asked why I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. That's an easy one. My kids and grandkids. When I reflect on what I would like to see Mason County look like in 10 years, I see a robust economy, safe streets, and happy kids. This will only happen if we act today to make sound decisions and to entice businesses back into our county. Mason County has everything we need to entice business. We need proven leadership to get us there. With your help, we can achieve all this and more. I'm asking for your vote in November.
So 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. Sorry, Jerry.
It was a 12-yard touchdown pass.
Okay. So the Cougars are set to kick it back to the Highclimbers. See if Shelton can get a little bit more offense going. You've got Bourne back at the 10 on the near side. Kenyon back about the 8 on the far side. Pinner's going to tee it up at 40.
Now, if they've scouted us with any accuracy, they're going to be keeping that ball away from Kenyon.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good point.
I believe he had a couple of really nice runs those first 2 games.
Oh, he did. There's a run up in the kick. It's going to go deep.
That's what they're doing.
Force Bourne back to the goal line.
Foot was on the 0 there.
Yeah. Gets it back up to about the 14-yard line. Maybe he didn't put his heel down. I don't know. It looked like it was now, but if I remember right, a few years ago at Stadium, Highclimber did return at 99 yards.
That was Colvin Ballard.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a 59-yard kickoff and a 14-yard return.
Okay. But to finish my story, yeah, he went 99 yards officially, but from our standpoint, way up in the far distance, it looked like he was in the goal line.
And officially, my wife got hit on that play, and she's never recovered from that.
Cook under center will hand it off.
We always had strange happenings at Stadium High School. I can't tell you how many stories from that school.
All's on the carry, I believe, and didn't get in. He couldn't find a hole there. Might have lost about a yard.
Hunter Bogalt is going back in with Bourne coming out.
So Cook will break the huddle. Send Bogalt wide to this near side. Hurt wide to the far side. Owles behind him in the backfield. And he's taking a lot of time checking out their defense. That's what it is, Eric. And he's got the hand. He's got to get this snap.
It's almost, there we go again.
Yeah, no, didn't get a snap.
We've got to get that time down.
Taking too much time to find out what the defense is showing him.
Well, he comes and his first read is to see what that defensive secondary is in. And pretty obvious from up here, they're in a 3 call.
No, they're calling that a false start. Well, either way, it's 5 yards.
Yeah.
One way or the other, it's back 5, which we don't need.
And unfortunately, that's 30 yards of penalties.
Wow. And 11:02 to go in the second. Hurt will come out.
Well, for years I've always said that it doesn't matter who you're playing because you're going to get beat by yourself when you lose a game 90% of the time in high school football.
Lopez and Bourne come wide to the near side. And I can't see who's in the slot there with him. Bourne in motion. Oh, bad snap. Look out, better fall on that one.
They're going to be down, and that's going to be a safety.
There's a safety. Wow.
So we give up 2 points, and now we're going to be kicking it back to them.
So 10:31 to go here in the half. And it's 12-0 Capital.
That snap didn't look too bad, Diedrich. What did you see there?
It might have been a little bit over his head, but I don't think he was quite ready for it. He might have been looking at his, Bourne in motion. Might have took his eye off just long enough for it to get over his head.
It's like any time you're catching that ball, you've got to keep your eye on the ball. So now most teams now have gone to the clapping method because of the way the human brain works. Why we haven't adopted that is I don't know, but it works much better when the quarterback claps 3 times and it's up to the center to make that snap. That takes the pressure off the center.
So De La Sancho will be there to boot it back to the Cougars.
Now he'll be punting, not kicking on a safety. And it's from the 20, which, boy, that gives us a big disadvantage.
Well, without the pressure, we've seen Zach boot some good ones to get some distance on some of his kicks. So
in practice, I think his record was about 80, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, I can believe that.
That was no rush, but he's got a leg.
That's kind of what I was saying. So I expect a good kick out of him as long as he gets a lot of foot underneath it.
He's a real quiet guy, but when he gets working, he works hard.
Back to the, bobbled back there at the 32 and then picked up. And look out.
That's Reagan Divina.
Yeah, Divina with he had a bobble there, but I think that De La Sancho may have kicked it a little too far, so his coverage didn't catch up to it.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
a little
the problem
higher.
we had when he was younger.
And maybe a little higher.
48-yard punt.
Well, the rule of thumb as a punter is for every 10 yards you kick it, you want 1 second of hang time. That's pretty much the general rule of thumb, to get your guys underneath of it, get that halo around the ball so they go nowhere when they catch it.
Well, I guess there was a face mask at the end of that play, so they're going to tack on 15 yards. No, that's only a 5-yarder. Okay, so that one wasn't as bad. So it's only a 5-yard penalty, and the Cougars are going to start at the 47 of Shelton, the 1st and 10. Got Lyndon Kugel wide to the near side, and I'm thinking Pinner wide to the far side. Out of the pistol, and a handoff to Jackson, sneaking around the outside there. Far side
He's
still
going.
Gee, just take a pack with you.
Wow.
Erickson, let's see here, 5'10", 180, 165, 185. That's a first down run.
7th first down, 13-yard carry.
Well, they stopped him at about 7 or 8, and he carried half the team.
Yeah.
Got to get those tackles lower. They've got to get those legs.
Pinner will go wide to the far side. Lyndon Kugel wide to the near side. Out of the pistol will go Erickson. He's looking for him.
Charlie had that, and he just slipped out of his hands.
Hurt had it on a dive for that. I call that a little bit off target.
That was a very poorly thrown ball.
A little off target, and Hurt couldn't hold on to it. But, you know, when you're not expecting that ball to come to you.
Well, that was a little timing slant, and I think he just overthrew him.
Yeah. I'm saying on Charles in
he
there,
wasn't
expecting it. He did a good job keeping his hands on it.
Little Christmas present.
Same formation this time on the rollout. We'll go Erickson. He's going to keep it.
Boy,
he's got those long legs.
He's a big
inside
guy.
the 20. Wow.
I really could tell on that play how tall he is.
About probably 20 years ago, I did a football game up in Ferndale, and one of the receivers was 6'8", and the defender was, 5'8". And you could just see him every step.
Outrunning the guy.
Just every step. It wasn't that he was faster, he just had longer legs. And that's kind of like what we saw here.
16-yard run, and that's good for a 8th first down.
So out of the pistol, we'll go Erickson again, a receiver on each side, Pinner to the far side. Landon Kugel.
Well, they're that same odd formation, but this time both their guys were spread, not tight.
Yeah, Jackson with the carry, finding a hole on the left side, up the seam there, inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Second down coming. 2nd and 5. Yeah, they're staying with this formation, Eric. Good observation. Kind of leaves the defense guessing. What is he going to do?
Well, their splits are very wide, which
Grady with the carry straight up the middle. The Highclimbers are ready for that one. No gain, if any.
When an offense comes down, there's going to be usually a 2-foot split, 2 foot, 3 foot for the tight end. You want to stretch that defense out so they're not all bunched in. But they've got looks like 3-3-3 all the way across, which really spreads the defense.
Oh, we'll give him a yard on the carry. So 3rd down and 4 from the 12 now. Back to pass. He's looking for Pinner on the
He's
far
got
side.
The fade. There it is.
I got 1 foot down. Is it in there? I think that's a touchdown.
Yes,
and
it is.
Touchdown, Cougars.
Nice throw, nice catch. That's hard to defend against.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as a defender, how do you defend that?
You put both arms up and you just hope you block the ball. But when you're outdistanced by the guy by about 4 inches of height, it's hard to defend that.
Chris Pinner at 6'1".
That's where David Ajamu used to make his bread and butter.
12-yard touchdown pass.
So here we go again. This time they might be going for 2. And a quick little dump off. And that's incomplete, actually. So a good try. Well, it's 18-0. The Cougars on top. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Waiting for the kickoff here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium. I noticed that some of the Highclimbers trying to get the fans involved here.
Well, I've had a hard time saying Jack Stark Field every time like you have. It's so long we've called it something else. I don't know what we called it, but it was never Jack Stark Field.
Just Highclimber Stadium.
But yeah, it's good to call it Jack Stark Field.
Jack Stark Field. It'd be really great when they get a permanently down on the field.
Well, that means we'd have permanent turf, and I'm all for that.
Well, that's what the plan is. Let's see if it comes together. Here's the kickoff. It's a high end-over-end kick. Bourne will take it to 6 on the near side. And it gets about to the 20.
We've been fighting the grass field people for years on this. And the final ruling was that we had to get turf because you cannot have a high school playoff game at your field unless you have artificial turf now.
And some sort of cover.
Which puts us at a great disadvantage.
Go ahead, Jerry.
55-yard kickoff at a 10-yard return.
8:12 to go in the half, 18-0. Capital on top. Shelton Highclimbers have the ball on their 21-yard line for the 1st and 10. Cook will go under center. He'll send Hurt wide to the far side. Bourne wide to the near side. Oles behind him. Back to pass goes Cook. He'll throw it.
Looks like it got tipped out the last second.
And incomplete pass. That was to Jonker. Incomplete. Glad to see Zach out there playing a little bit of football.
He's been a round ball player his whole time at the school, but it's nice he's out there. Yes, I agree. Because of a school this size, we've got to get those dual sport athletes.
Lopez wide near side. I think it's might be Bourne wide to the far side. The Cougars are right over that ball.
Tip-a-toe with the blitz. There it goes.
Hand off to the inside guy. First guy through there. Powers his way across the 25, 27-yard line. I don't know who that got that ball.
Boy, we don't see blitzes like that in high school much. They're running that pretty well. There was no doubt it was coming.
Now, let's see. Was there a change in the lineup? Because 32 on my sheet is Max Johnson.
Who was the carry?
32 is a number.
Okay.
That's Max is the short,
right,
stocky guy. Yeah, that's him. I can see by the way he's standing.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. Okay. That's what I thought. I mean, I like Max.
Max also plays baseball. He's a heck of a good kid.
Oh, yeah. Heck of a third baseman.
Yes. Good arm.
Yeah. Back to pass goes Cook on the roll. Get a little bit of trouble. Got to get rid of it. Going to throw it around down the sidelines, incomplete. I don't know if he's throwing it to Jonker or not, but it's incomplete.
Well, for a second there, it looked like he was going to go cross field, and that's never a good thing.
Brings it 4th down. Go ahead, Jared.
7th pass, and then he's completed 1 so far.
So De La Sancha on there to kick it away. You've got the Moore and Davina tandem going back. Kind of rare, I think, in high school football. You see 2 guys back there
to receive a...
It is, yes, because that puts you down 1, but they're coming at him hard.
Oh, Grady almost got to De La Sancha. Ooh, that ball.
Watch that ball.
That ball rolls inside the 35, about the 33. That's where it's going to be down, and that's where the Cougars will take over with an 18-point lead.
Diedrich, I promised some people I'd say their name on the air, and I've got a list a mile long, but tonight I just want to say a little shout out here to Nicole Williams, who was the ICU nurse for me up at Harborview. Hope you're enjoying this, Nicole.
37-yard punt, no return. Good height on the punt.
Gonna have to get you a stopwatch so you can do the hang time, Jerry.
I know.
Add that to the things that we have you do over there with those papers.
Well, if we get the Osprey coming at it, we know he's getting a good hang time.
Oh, that's a good point there. Out of the pistol. We'll go Erickson back to pass. Gonna dump it off. That's
little
Grady.
Screen there.
Yeah.
He's got some open field.
Boy, look out.
Nice stiff arm.
And drug out of bounds. By
20 or 30-yard play there.
Yeah. Jason Kenyon just kind of grabbed on and was drugged there for a little bit.
Well, when you've got a guy that's been taught how to stiff arm right, it's a vicious play to tackle.
So Clayton Grady got some nice hands as long as some speed. They'll actually spot him out of bounds in Highclimber territory at the 48. And back to that spread out formation. Hand off to the first guy through. And this might be a new number for us. That 33. Yeah, Chase Klebinger. Only got a yard on that. That is a hard-fought yard.
Chase is a senior. Far right, we've got Chris Pinner again.
Yeah, near side, it's going to be Lyndon Kugel.
They're in that bunch formation.
Oh, Highclimbers look like they're going to might come after it. A little pitch to Grady on the option. Grady's got some running room around the right side. Comes up to about the 40 before he's chopped down.
Well,
there.
on that option, it's the outside guy's responsibility to go for that quarterback, and that's who the quarterback reads, and we're not getting that.
I believe, was it Jason Kenyon on the tackle? Or Max Johnson? Go ahead, Jerry.
Gain of 8 on the play. Or 7, excuse me. Gain of 7 on the play.
Third down and a couple. Ball's at the 30, well, I'll call it the 40, actually. 39 and a half. When do we start doing halves? I don't know. Oh, a keeper, nice hole for Erickson. He saw it all the way.
Diedrich is a game of inches, so.
That was 11 against 11 there. That's Erickson on the
Erickson, I don't know if that was even designed as a quarterback draw, but he just grabbed it and ran.
He had some room, so.
Yeah, he had a nice hole there. Got the first down.
Well, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Gain of 9 on the play, the quarterback keeper. Good for another first down, 10th first down of the game.
Spot the ball at 34, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Erickson back to pass. Complete. And slipping by some defenders, number 5.
Charlie just mistimed that.
Lyndon Kugel with the first down. I mean, he just slipped by the defenders there.
And he jumped at the right time. That could have been a pick 6.
It's 5:28 and counting. And a half clock. 18-0. Cougars with the lead in the ball.
Have we got a timeout yet? We haven't, have we?
We have not.
No timeouts. Good.
It's still early. Out of the pistol again. Erickson turns around, hands it off to Grady. Grady straight up the middle, cuts it outside.
He's got room.
If he can break that. But Charles Hurt says, no, you're not going to get by me this time. Got to the 10, however. Kenyon with a help later. I think maybe Charles took a cleat in the chest there.
Trying to get some air down there.
Go ahead, Jerry.
13-yard carry, good for the 11th first down.
So that will be a 1st and goal from call it the 9. Officially the 10, but I'm going to call it the 9.
I think we have someone's mom next to us.
I would have to agree with you there. Under center this time for Erickson. Hand it off. And that's Jackson.
Touchdown.
He'll just dive in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Another 6 added on for the
Well,
Cougars.
the quarterback put his hands up just about when he handed off. That hole must have been pretty big.
There must be some little hole in the defense that the Highclimbers haven't figured out yet. Right in the middle. Or they're just expecting their speed to cut it down.
10-yard touchdown run by Jackson.
So makes it 24-0, 4:43 to go here in the first half. Here we go again with this spread out.
10 yards.
Just say it. Just ask the question. It's all right. This time I think Penner's going to kick it.
Penner will kick the extra point for the Cougars.
There's a snap, the spot, the kick.
Plan is good.
Yeah, it looks good. I always wait for the guys in the stripes to give us the official.
Well, as a kicking coach, I've analyzed, I can't tell you how many hours of tape. I've got pretty good at
telling if they're good or not.
As soon as that plant foot's down, I know.
All right, 4:43 to go in the half. 25-0 Capital on top. We'll be right back.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Back at Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium. 4:43 to go in the first half. 25-0 all Capital so far tonight. And the Cougars are ready to kick it back to the Highclimbers.
Well, I'm guessing it's going to go to Bourne, but we'll see.
Well, I think they switched it. I think Bourne's on the far side and Kenyon's on the near side now.
See how smart their kicker is.
I'm only assuming that's what it is. It's hard to see from my standpoint.
Years ago, we switched jerseys on our guys before the game, and
well, that
made a lot of bread and
broadcasters
butter off that.
drives broadcasters crazy when you do that.
They didn't figure it out till the third quarter.
There's a kick and taken at the 5. That's Kenyon, straight up the middle.
Well, he hit a wall there.
Yeah, hit the wall about the 25. Yeah, they did switch it up, and I don't think the kicker noticed because he kept kicking.
No, he went straight to the same place, didn't
same
it?
spot, yeah.
50-yard kickoff, 10-yard return by Jason Kenyon.
Highclimbers will take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, they'll spot it at the 24, actually.
24-yard line.
You know, maybe it's my eyes, but sometimes I think that number 18 on Skylar Cook looks like an 11.
Well, you know, years ago we went to those much despised gray jerseys.
Yes, I remember them.
And seeing the numbers on those was almost impossible.
On the rollout for Cook, and down he goes.
That's a 10-yard loss.
Back to the 14-yard line. Now I might give him pick it a 9-yard loss with a spot at the 15.
We found with those jerseys, if they were piped with black or red around the numbers, you could see them.
Oh, yeah.
And we did that with one jersey with a magic marker, and it looked horrible. And we had so much bad publicity on those jerseys, we put them in storage.
Well, they may come out someday. Who knows?
They won't. I know.
2nd and 19 from the 15-yard line for Shelton. Cook will go under center. He's taking a lot of time again. Looks like he'll get this one off, though. Back to pass, a throw over the middle. It's complete. That's Trevor Meyer.
Well, Cook's only a sophomore, and to get up there and go through his read sequence, it takes a while to get into that. You know, he's not used to the read sequence.
I'm very impressed with Skylar. I really am. In the Mason County Cup, I swear most of his passes were on target. He just couldn't get anybody to catch him. You know,
which is really bad as far as for a quarterback standpoint.
Right.
You get kind of the chill to throw it.
But I've been very impressed with his play, especially since he's only 15.
But in 8th grade, you get up and you read your defense. That's about it. But he's probably got I'd say a 5 to 8 read progression that he has to go through in his mind.
Bourne wide to the far side. Back to pass goes Cook. He's going to spin out of some trouble. Going to break. He tried to break it loose. So if he could have just slipped out of that one tackle, he had a lot of green in front of him.
The Packers quarterback, the reason he impressed me so much is he goes through his read progression. He's so good at it. He's caught him off guard with 12 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Does the play quick. 5 yards.
Gain of 2 on the play. Yes, he almost broke that tackle.
So De La Sanchez on to kick it away. It's 4th and 12.
Well, Zach's getting another workout tonight.
So Moore is back deep.
Come on, Zach.
Oh, boy.
He just barely got that away.
I'm thinking it might have been deflected on that.
Who was that? He was in there fast.
I'm thinking it's Grady, number 9. Yeah.
What position was he at, do you know?
I don't know where he came from.
That's twice now he's been right in his face.
So the ball is going to be down at the 49 of Capital. Go ahead, Jerry.
28-yard punt.
Recently, we've gone to trying to teach these guys to do the 2-step punt because it gives you that much, you get the ball off that much quicker. That came from Australia, where they do it in Aussie rules football.
Right. So I formation for the Cougars. Erickson will go under center. Has a receiver on each side. It's Pinner wide to the near side. Little hesitation on the handoff to Erickson. Erickson, boy, he just kind of jumps in about a yard area and he just avoids people. And then
he's got like 12 or 14 yards.
Yeah. Inside the 40 to the 39. Yeah, that's 12 yards.
Boy, it'd be nice to get on the board. It's something to go at halftime with.
12th first down and a 12-yard run by Jackson.
So 1st and 10 from the Shelton 39 is where the Capital Cougars are. Under 2 minutes to go here in the half. And I think this is our first time out. This time is taken by the Highclimbers. We'll take 30. We'll be right back to Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Back at Jack Stark Field, Highclimbers Stadium, 1:58 to go in the half, 25-0. Capital Cougars with the ball and the lead, and I just noticed the rain's falling. Go ahead. If you have something to say, just go ahead. So I predicted rain, and well, yeah, here it is. Everybody predicted rain, and I'm not.
Well, I don't really care tonight because I have a little covering on me.
That's a good thing, right?
First time in
and I noticed Jeannie's back up here, so it must have started raining quite a while ago.
We're trying to pick a new camera for her. Boy, they are not cheap. Oh, there's a fumble.
Oh,
I don't know if we got it. I think we do.
Highclimbers say they have it.
There we go. We like that rain.
All right. So first and 10. 2
drops of rain and we get a ball.
1st and 10 for Shelton on the turnover and a fumble lost. It's all right. Go ahead.
We're gonna have a talk after.
That's celebrity in the broadcast, I tell you. At least here. Go ahead, Jerry.
1 turnover for each team. Each team has fumbled once, recovered by the other team.
Okay. Highclimbers with the ball on their own 40.
Well, those turnovers are great, but not unless you do something with them.
Cook will hand it off.
Come on now. Come on, Oles.
Oles trying to find a spot to dive in. He gets 3 yards out of it.
Picked his way to 3, which he probably should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I always like to go back to what Jack Stark used to say in all the radio broadcasts I work with him. If you get 3.5 yards every time, you got a first down. So it is actually 2nd. And they're going to give him 4, I think. 2nd and 6.
Well, they're reading something different there, where they showed blitz, but they're not.
And off inside, that's got to be Max Johnson. Fighting for 3 yards again.
Max is as wide as he is tall. He's not fat, but he's just a stocky guy.
Yeah, he's. Well, if you're a Highclimber baseball fan, he went by Falcon because there's two Max Johnsons.
Right.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Gain of 3.
His brother was a third baseman for the Climbers for several years. Really, another really good baseball player.
So Hurt the guy wide to the near side. Looks like Bourne to the far side. Hand off to Oles.
Oles
just looking for something.
Yeah,
Reverses
nothing.
his field and ran into his own guy. But that could have been a lot worse than it was.
Tackled by 8 guys.
Yeah, well, could have been a lot worse. And Josiah made it into something.
Well, I remember when he was in 8th grade, he had a 5-touchdown game against Steilacoom one year. That doesn't come by just happening.
No. So it's 4th and about 6 from the 45-yard line. Dela Sanchez on to boot it away. The rain is falling. And that'll be the half, so we know that's it for the half.
Here we go.
So we will take a timeout. We'll come back with our Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show in a moment. At half, Capital Cougars lead 25-0.
Well, we had one half of dry football.
All right, we'll be right back.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education. I dare you to be somebody important. Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star. I dare you to stand up here. To call the shots. To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher. Think you can change my life? Make me excited about science like you? Have a career that really means something? Then do it. I dare you.
And we're back here at Highclimbers Stadium. Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. Sorry, Eric, I got to deal with the technical end of things. As we're going to get the youth football team out here, or teams out here, to be introduced at halftime. And we'll be right back when they get into that. This is the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show.
Introductions will be our Climbers flag.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
I'm voting for Sharon Trask because she is a strong candidate that will research her information, verify her facts before coming to a decision.
She's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey's for State House campaign.
Yeah, better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Now we're back here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium, halftime show. It's a Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. We've got a lot of future Highclimbers out here. This is the flag team, I guess, the flag football team coming across the way here. And Jerry, how much time do you need, or you have something to go? We'll give a couple of minutes for Jerry.
Climbers senior varsity team, head coach Malachi Manu, assistant Shannon Alvarez, Lance Radovich, Louis Tangaro, Jay Tiller, and Dale Winnery. The players are Walter Andrews, Austin Elam, Bradley Elton, Ryan Gallo, Christopher Gaynor II, Jonah Manu, Gavin Nilsson Ricker, Keegan O'Connor, Ronan Parker, Drew Sherman, Ryan Solano, Rayshon Stevens, Daniel Tausa, Devin Tauscher, Bradley Tiller, Lethan Waldrop, Logan West, Carter Whitney, and Ian Wilsbach.
So some the younger teams, that's a Climbers senior varsity team there. So we have the junior varsity.
Assistants Cody Copeland, Rich
And here is the they're marching on the field.
Josh Waltz, Anthony Boren, and Patrick Matthews. Your players are
How are you doing?
Archibald Jr., Rory Ball, Justin Case, Colton Fisk, Tyler Fleshman, Jaden Fuller, Connor Gilman, Jerome Hooley, Cameron Hussein, Drew Kiltz, Zachary Lee, Tamatoa Lee Sam, Daniel Manzo, Pierce McKinnon, Ramiro Pacheco, Logan Peach, Jaden Smet, Lucien Stevens, Ryder Tibbetts, Austin Williams, and Larry Brown Jr. That is your Climbers senior junior varsity.
There's a lot of kids here. Go to the other end and get the major varsity.
Assistants Wayne Moronoa, Gabe Stoner, and Todd Gord. Here are your players: Atreyu Babcock Peterson, Chase Bodecker, Cameron Crossan, Wyatt DePello, Andrew Ellington, Blake Fry, Aiden Gihosa, Bennett Henry, Justino Hernandez, Connor Highland, Dalton Kobaki, Tyson Landecker, Benjamin Lee, Hunter Leff, Jason Longshore, Logan Longshore, Floyd Miller, Wayne Manoa, Troy Murphy, Jarden Reading, Benjamin Simica, Miles Stoner, Zedekiah Vincent, and Jackson Ward. That is your Climbers major varsity. Here are your Climbers major junior varsity black. Head coach Aaron Leff, assistants Jason Winans and Derek Richardson. Here are your players: Connor Beeler, Hayden Cash, Jesus Diaz, Caden Eagle, Connor Harris, Jacob Hill, Jackson Leff, Cyrus Littleson, Quinn McKinnon, Blake Mills, Nate Nash, Trenton Phillips, Dylan Richardson, Travis Sager, Casey Smith, Noah Tutea, Kingston Villines, Cameron Winans, and Crystal Utia. Those are your Climbers major junior varsity black. Here come your Climbers major junior varsity red. Head coach Travis Fisk. Assistants Rob Osmond and Jeff Gott. Here are your players: Jacoby Escamilla, Finian Ball, Chance Fisk, Trevor Gott, Troy Green, Zane Harding, Noah Hernandez Parker, Jeremiah Longshore, Miller Austin, Dayton Morris, Stanley Nansen, Hayden Osmond, Javier Pacheco, Hunter Pearson, Seth Pierce, J.J. Rhodes, Brendan Rivera, Bryson Brooks, Robert Sorg, and Nigel Warren II. That is your Climbers major junior varsity red. Your Climber Miners, head coach Donald Brooks, assistants John Gardenhire and Justin Penn. Here are your players: Aiden Brown, Carlos Carrion, Ivan Cation, Brody DePoe, Drake Dobson, Sawyer Eagle, Rafael Escobar Jr., Skylar Gardenhire, Logan George, Cash King, Fletcher Henry, Tia Maxfield, Trevor Phillips, Jason Pierce, Sean Pinnon, Colby Rooks, Jason Sukrag, and Carson Wolf. Those are your Climber Miners.
That's a lot of kids, guys.
Yes, there is.
There's a lot of kids.
Oh, thank you.
And our celebrity sharing some grapes here.
More like this.
All right, so it's now time for Jerry Apple stats. So Jerry, go ahead. It's all yours.
Thank you, Diedrich. The Capital Cougars had 12 first downs. They had a total of 250 yards, 181 on the ground, and 69 in the air. The leading carrier for Capital is Jackson with 11 carries for 79 yards. Grady had 8 carries for 67 yards. And the quarterback, Erickson, had 4 carries for 35 yards. Erickson was 5 for 10 passing. He threw for 69 yards. Capital fumbled once, recovered by the Highclimbers. You know, Diedrich, I don't know if Capital had a penalty. I don't think they did.
I think you're right there. Since we have a minute here, let's watch the junior cheer squad go do their thing. Okay, you have more to do.
Yes, Shelton.
Okay. Well, we'll get to Shelton after the the junior cheer. Do the junior players got to do the cheer squad? It's only fair, right?
I think so.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Coming by, restroom break.
All right, your junior cheer squad performing here at halftime. And now we'll turn it back over to Jerry Apple to finish his stats. Thanks, Jerry, for indulging us there.
They had 2 first downs. They had a total of 30 yards, 15 on the ground, and number 18, the quarterback, passed 8 times, completed 2 for a total of 15 yards. So 30 yards total for Shelton. They had 1 turnover, recovered by Capital. Shelton had 30 yards of penalties. One of the highlights, I thought, was the punting. It was pretty good. And good coverage by the Highclimbers. The punter punted 4 times for an average of about 32 yards per punt. So the score at halftime is 25-0. The big story is we're looking at 30 yards total for the Highclimbers and 250 yards total for Capital.
All right, now while we take another pause, We'll watch the Shelton dance team do their performance. The Shelton dance team, we are a short time away from the third quarter, 25-0 Capital on top after the first half. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
There we go, that's better. Well, guys, we're just a couple minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Eric, your thoughts on what you saw in the first half?
Well, they've got to find that identity, and I can't say that.
Get that up to your, there we go.
Can't say that enough. Looks like three different teams out there almost. They've got to shore up that defensive line. That's number 1 point. The defensive backfield looks pretty good. Our offensive line, I know we're missing a couple guys, but they've got to make some blocks. They've got to get young Mr. Cook some time. Because when you put a sophomore in a quarterback, you're taking that gamble that if he gets chased around a little too much, you're gonna ruin him for 3 years. And I've seen it happen a lot where they just get so scared they don't know what to do. So we've got to give that poor kid some protection.
Do you think maybe moving him around a bit more?
I think giving him some more mobility, putting him more in the gun, and giving him some more options as far as let him roll. Because it's been my observations that some of your best high school plays are broken plays where the quarterback takes off and just gets where he needs to go.
Right. Jerry,
well, Capital has certainly met their expectations. We were talking about this before the game, that Capital is one of the best teams in the league. They certainly met that expectation. They have two very good running backs in Grady and Jackson, and Erickson is doing a nice job on the passing and the running. You know, he's carried 4 times for 35 yards. The other thing is you could tell their experience, no penalties.
For high school, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good point. No penalties, so they're not going backwards, whereas the Highclimbers are going backwards, not just by their own mental errors, but or on the field play, but what am I trying to say? Penalty-wise, the Highclimbers will be receiving the kickoff to start the third quarter. You've got Kenyon on the near side.
Kenyon and Boren.
Yeah, Boren on the far side. So
at halftime, I just spoke to David Ajamu. So, David, if you're out there listening, I know you are. Hello, big man. Your brother's doing proud.
There's the kick. High end over end. That one's going to drive Kenyon to the goal line.
All the way to the
right on the goal line. He'll pick it up and he'll return it to the 15. There's a flag.
Face mask, you think?
Yeah, more than likely.
That came out real quick.
Well, he moved it to a spot, so who knows? You can only speculate half the time with some of these refereeing crews.
Agreed.
Wow, the kickoffs are just fantastic for Capital. 69 yards, 59 yards on that kickoff, you know.
So, yeah, the penalty was on the Highclimbers. So it was an illegal use of the hands or hand, you know. I didn't see it, but it was right in front of the referee because he threw it.
He threw it out real fast.
Real fast. And, yeah, right there. And that'll be half the distance. So the Highclimbers are going to be starting at their own 7.
That's not how we wanted to start the half off.
No. So, you know, this refereeing crew is letting these balls that appear to go into the end zone, they're letting them come out.
Well, that new rule, you can't run it out, but that's, what, twice now that he's had his foot in the end zone, yeah.
Oles on the outside. He's got a nice run. That's probably his best run of the night.
Looks like he got about 8 or 9 there, which got us out of a good hole.
So up to the 16. So that's
and that is pronounced Oles. I just heard it said wrong by the announcer again.
Yes, I was.
I've never spelled it right in 20 years that I've known the guy.
I wasn't scolded, but it was pointed out that it's Oles.
Oles, yes.
It's Oles. I think it was by his father.
I'm sure it was.
And yeah, it's Oles.
I asked him to change the spelling once, but he didn't do that.
Hand off on the inside there. I'm assuming that's Max Johnson on the carry. We'll see who gets up at the bottom of the pile. Yep, it's Max. Max on the carry. First down. So how many first downs is that for the Highclimbers?
3.
3, okay.
Compared to what, 12 or 14?
12.
12. Good mental note there, Eric. Under center will go Cook. He's got a receiver on each side. I hand it off to Oles. Oles hit a wall that time.
If you knew how many hours of my life I've watched football, it's not a gift by any means.
Just experience, right?
Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah. So no gain on that carry.
We got married September 1st is our anniversary, and I told the wife, boy, that's a bad date. That's football. She said, well, how long are you going to be involved in this game? That was 39 years ago.
Yeah. And you're still going. So
we've only had one that we'd missed it.
Oles again hesitates after the handoff, and then he got to the 20. A little bit of loss on that play, I think.
In fact, this year was the second one ever that we had to ourselves, and I was in the hospital.
Really? Okay.
Loss of 1.
Loss of 1 on that. 3rd and 11 coming for the Highclimbers. Approaching 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. All Capital tonight. And
I would expect we're going to see some second and third tier guys come in for Capital. It's the first game of league, and they've probably got another league game next week. And keep your guys fresh.
It's all league from here on out.
Well, I was told that they're probably twice the team the Timberline is this year.
Oh, fumble on that one.
Come on, guys.
I think he got it back. Just kind of fell right back into his hands. So that'll bring a 4th down, though.
Well, 2 years ago they changed the rule on which ball you could use. Before it was up to each team, of course, as long as it had the NHFS stamp. But now for playoff games, it has to be one of 2 balls. And so that forced us to go to one of those balls, which I never liked.
That was a turnover.
They did get the ball.
They did get the ball.
Yes, they did.
Wow. So that's, not what you want to do is give Capital a short field starting out at the 20.
The new balls are a very tight nap leather, and they're great balls until they get wet.
Ah.
And where we're at, that's not a good thing.
Well, it looks like it's stopped raining at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So Erickson goes under center. He'll pitch it out. Oh, there's a free
there's
ball
a fumble
there.
by them. And
oh, Grady manages to get the lucky bounce right back up, and he's just still on his feet. But there's a flag. There's 2 flags on the play. One came in kind of late.
well, they're talking to the Capitol guys. That's not good for us.
That location, though, is usually a hold.
Or he is explaining what he did wrong.
See what the call is. It's a hold on Capitol. Okay. There's a lot of.
I think he called that on the quarterback, Diedrich.
Did he? Might have been. Go ahead, Jerry.
That's the first penalty of the game for
On
Capitol.
Capitol, yeah,
10 yards.
Well, that quarterback was pleading his case. After he made the pitch, I think he went to the block and got snagged.
So that'll march it back from the spot quite a ways. That is all the way back to the 33.
A lot of people get the holding call confused because holding is when those arms are out in front of you and you're pushing that guy for a block, the arms can be straight out. That is not a hold. It's not until the hands go behind the body.
Right.
And that's why the field judge, the guy behind the linebackers, is usually making that call. He can see those hands.
Erickson will send 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and go under center. Jackson's the back behind him. Hand off to Jackson, and the Highclimbers are right there, and Jackson lost his helmet.
Popped his top off on that one.
Good hit. Austin Steele.
That and looks like our big friend, Mr. Sebastian. Sebastian's also a very good guy in track and field. He's got a heck of a shot put throw.
So it makes it 2nd and 23 from the 34.
Now, Diedrich, when the helmet comes off, does that automatically mean they have they have to leave the field?
No.
No.
Doesn't it stop the play immediately?
Did ball play right there.
Right there.
They don't have to leave the field.
Okay.
But it does stop all play.
Okay.
That's a little different than the last year's because of the concussion stuff.
Okay.
Before you could keep playing the whole play.
Erickson on the option. He'll pitch it to Grady. Grady on the far side. Nobody picked him up. Look at that guy scamper.
We had one guy covering both the quarterback and the pitch man, and that is never good.
That was, depending on where they spot him going on the out of bounds on the far side, that's close to 20 on the pickup.
We're not covering that quarterback with our in-man on the line of scrimmage. That's his job.
Going to spot the ball just shy of the 10, so it's going to be
so 19 yards.
3rd and 1.
That could have been stopped at 0 yards.
He's got a receiver to the far side. Under center will go Erickson. Pitch it to Grady. Grady
got a hole.
cuts it back.
He's got a hole.
He
He's
sweeps
in.
it out, and
He's
it's
in.
another touchdown. Wow. Just when you think they had the lanes covered, and
just like that. Yeah, that guy's pretty fast, but still, he should have been stopped on that.
11-yard touchdown run by Grady.
So Penner will come on to kick the point after 8:25 to go here, 3rd quarter. 31-0 now. Penner's on to attempt to add the extra point. And now what are we going here? Oh.
So the thinking about this silly formation is if the center hikes it and you've got all the guys over there, you might get away with something like you said earlier.
Right.
Which I've seen, I think, once in 35 years. It gets resurrected about every 10 years.
There's a snap of the spot and the kick,
It's
and that
good.
does look really good. And that'll make it to 32-0. 8:25 to go here, 3rd quarter. All Capitol tonight.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
Give Capital a short field, and that's what you get, another touchdown.
Yes. I noticed the Capital cheerleaders have put their rain gear on. They've got sweatshirts and baseball caps now.
Well, they're getting a workout. They're doing push-ups for 30.
They're be in good shape, aren't they?
Oh, boy. We were talking
those
about
are good push-ups too. They're
yeah, I don't see any ones where they're on their knees.
No.
See, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's more than I can do, so I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed.
8:25 to go here, third quarter, 32-0 Capital, kicking it off.
I'm going to go lift weights tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can do 32 push-ups.
Well, I challenged Diedrich once at weightlifting. Do you remember that, Diedrich? He wisely turned me down, and I wisely turned myself down too.
There's another deep kick. Kenyon will take about the 3. It's going to go straight up the numbers. Hesitate, try to find some space.
Well, no matter how much he runs, he's got no blocking.
He's trying to push forward. He gets across the 20, maybe the 23.
He has 6 guys tackling.
55-yard kickoff. Looks like a 17-yard return by Jason Kenyon. The best return he's had tonight.
He'll sneak one in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's always got to find that right spot.
Well, just like Eric said, you know, you got to be blocking to give the poor kid some running.
So 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 23-yard line.
You know who that is? 87.
Little play action, and that pass is a little off target.
Yeah, it was kind of a wobbler there with the rain.
And intended for Zach Jonker.
Don't have it.
What are we looking for?
Number 87. He's a tall young man, and I don't know who that is.
87?
I don't have it listed here. I have a school brochure here somewhere.
Right there, 87. I see it on the sidelines. Okay. So 2nd and 10 from the 23. Handoff to Oles.
Got some yard there, Oles.
Yeah, finding a way to get something off the left side. Gets up to the 30-yard line.
Oles on the carry for the Highclimbers. Pretty good game there. Moves the ball up to the 30-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 3 coming. Is it on there?
No, it is not.
7-yard run by Oles.
And I don't see number 89 out there. If anyone sees it, let me know, please. That's our lone girl player.
Yeah, that's Anna.
Anna Schumann has got a lot of courage.
Inside handoff, and Max Johnson's got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go on that.
Been the story of that play all night. Anna has gained the respect of every guy on that team, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
She never sits out on the sides like a lot of kickers do.
So that'll bring up 4th down and about 4.
That brings up 4th down for the Highclimbers.
And
4th down, 40 yards to go.
Oh, there she is. I see her.
Yeah, she's out there. I saw.
She's a very nice young lady, too.
De La Sancha, one of the last guys out there. That's kind of strange.
Well, we got Sneeza cramping up again.
Because it's a little colder still doesn't mean you don't have to hydrate, right?
Well, we always had a can of pickles on the sideline just for that little fact. Make them drink pickle juice. It actually works pretty well.
High snap, and De La Sancha does a good job getting it. And that's a little short. Going to hit at the 47.
Oh, he picked that up. He's on the run.
Yeah.
That's 10. He's on the 35 and finally down.
That was Moore, I believe.
Yes, it was. Trevon Moore.
Nice return. About a 20-yard return on that.
You know, you see a guy on the sidelines with cramps like that, and you think, well, how bad can that be? But I'm here to tell you, folks, it can be real bad.
It can be real bad.
I still get cramps when I sleep wrong in the bed, and I had one last night that.
Oh, yeah.
My wife thought we had a burglar. I was screaming so loud.
So 1st and 10 for Capital on the Shelton 36. Out of the pistol will go Erickson this time. Back to pass, got a guy free. Nice pickup there.
Oh, he's got him wide open.
Yeah, he does.
There it is.
There it is.
That's 7, folks.
Yeah. Landon Kugel.
That was a nice ball. A very nice thrown ball.
Yeah, touchdown pass, 1 play. Boom, 6 more points.
Wow.
Well, we did say that this is one of the top teams in the conference.
Who was it passed to?
Number 5.
Grady Lindenkugel.
Yeah.
Boy, that ball was
beautifully
tight
thrown.
spiral. Yeah, just right on the money.
If I remember right, Jerry, last year when Shelton played Capital, it was Erickson to Pinner most of the night.
It was, yes.
And tonight, he's mixing it up a little bit more.
Pinner's
He
a pretty
sure
good ball
is.
player.
Yeah.
We've had our go-rounds with the boys from Capital. And you know, I've been over there for basketball and use their training room, and you can't find a better group of people than their staff over there. It might be our nemesis, but they treat us pretty well when we're there.
And Pinner gets another one up and through the uprights.
Good.
And that'll add another point on there. 6:22 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll be right back.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
$6:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. 39-0 all Capital tonight. 1 play, 1 score. Jerry, not much you can say about that. Pinner has it teed up at the 40. And you got Bourne and Kenyon. And kicking it to Kenyon on this near side, and he's standing about his 4-yard line. Pinner's got quite a leg. So about ready to go. Those Capital cheerleaders are doing the push-ups again, guys. There's the run-up and the kick. High end over end. Kenyon will take about the 11. He's got it on the run. Cut it up to 15. To 20. Runs into the wall of White at the 25.
Kenyon fields that ball on the run about the 12-yard line, advances it up to the 30-yard line.
So the Highclimbers will start on their own 30-yard line. Go ahead, Jerry.
19-yard return by Kenyon. Nice return, I think. Yeah, good return.
Yeah, it's always good to get him on the run. When he's on the run, he's already got a head of steam going.
Sure, you bet.
And that always helps Jason. So 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 30.
They're in the eye. Cook back to pass. He's being chased.
He'll throw it up there.
He's got a guy open.
Oh, boy.
Got to catch those guys.
Yeah, just, I think, knocking it away at the last second.
Is that Oles? Yes, it was
Yeah,
Oles.
it was Oles intended. I think
it might have been tipped, yeah.
Number 54, yeah.
Was it 54?
Yes.
Joel Hamilton was in the play, and then that would be Billy Zimmerman knocking it away at the last second. It's on target. Now, we talked off air that I was very impressed with, was it on air?
Boy, they've got a lot
Skyler.
Look at their left defensive end, Dan Bailey, 6'5". They've got to have about a half dozen of those guys. That's taller than our basketball team.
Handoff this time.
Boy, met the student body there.
Yeah, Tom Monette tried to find something off that fullback handoff. Nothing.
That's Dominic Monet.
Monet, okay.
I was told to correct you.
Okay, sure. I appreciate that. Anything.
Dominic's a senior and just a real good kid I've had a great bond with for years.
Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 30. You know, when I look at the name, I should know better.
Well, it's got that Frenchy thing, you know.
I should know better.
If you ask him to run it to a cliff 10 times, he'd do it 11. He's a tough kid.
Now a little play action on the rollout. Oh boy, he lost his footing, and down he goes.
And he might, no, he's just shaking up a little.
That's like having your legs just ripped out from underneath you.
Well, if I'm coach at this point, I'm thinking of getting another quarterback in there. Let's save Skyler for next week because he's getting shaken up, he's getting chased, he's getting hit.
So Dela Sanchez on to kick it back to the Cougars.
We've got 3 guys I can see off the top of my head here that could easily go in there and replace. And here we go, another mental error. We don't have enough guys in there.
Whoa, again, almost blocked.
Picked up on the run at the 50.
He's got some room, but he's going to get, nope.
Yeah.
So we have an 11th guy runs in the last second. He still missed the block. You can't have guys going free rein like that at your kickers. You just can't. It can lead to some horrible injuries and some very scared kickers.
Spot the ball at the 49 of Capital.
Yeah, it looks like we have a second unit in there now. Or, yes, we have a new quarterback, it looks like. Let's see.
Tristan Redmond.
Yeah, he's quite a bit shorter, so that's got to be a new guy. They're in the I formation. Looks like we have a blitz.
And a handoff.
And it didn't help.
On the carry, Tucker Grow. Looks like he got 7 on that. So Redmond is a junior, 5'9".
What number is he?
18. Got a receiver on each side, hand it off to the fullback.
Oh, there we go.
We got a flag late.
I see yellow.
Trey Land on the carry.
Richard Knight came in and laid some lumber on that one.
Let's see what the flag's all about here, because it came right at the when the forward progress was stopped.
Oh, that's a holding. There we go.
Holding. Okay.
Good to have him go our way now and then.
See the coaching staff saying, let's take the yardage. Go ahead, Jerry.
Second penalty for Capital, 10 yards, total of 20 yards so far tonight.
So I marks it back to the 49. It'll be second down and, say 14.
14, yeah, that's
13, 14.
That's 14. It's real close.
Real close. Time out of the pistol.
At this point, I don't believe it matters much.
No, not much. Rain's starting to fall again.
Almost hiked that over his head.
Gets the pitch out there. Nice. Look at that.
Boy, and there goes those yards we just gave up. We're right back.
Number 30 on the carry. Grow again. Tucker the Grow. Up across the 40 down to the 39. You go from one unit to the other. It's almost looking at a mirror.
Well, that's been one of our problems for the last half dozen years. It's 11 guys to 11 guys, we stack up. But when we hit that second tier, we don't have the guys.
12-yard carry on that play.
So 3rd and 4 for the Cougars out of the pistol. Redmond trying to find some room, finds it. Oh, voids one guy. Still on his feet.
That was a nice run. And again, we had no one on the quarterback. Yeah. When they're running that option, you have to be committed that you are going to hit that quarterback. You can't waffle back and forth, or he's going to do that every time.
2:53 to go here in the third quarter. 39-0. Capital just running by the Highclimbers.
14th first down. Nice carry by Redmond.
Redmond will send a receiver on each side and go out of the eye.
He's a considerably different type quarterback than their last one, but he's running it just as effectively.
Hand it off to Grow. Grow finds some room. Just to the right.
A basic dive, and they're getting 5-6 yards a pop. That's normally about a 2-yard play.
Yeah, inside the 30 to the 29.
Running the ball for the Cougars, Tucker Grow.
Got a change of running back.
7 yards to go. Ball is
Looks
now
like Gavin
on
Potts came in for
39.
Grow. Or at least Grow went out and Potts came in.
Grow is only a sophomore.
Trey Land is the guy at the end of the eye. It's going to be on a rollout. And an option. Pitch to Land. Land cuts it up the middle. Gets near the first down marker. You're right. They're when they commit to the quarterback, they're not covering the out guy.
They're every time. And that's just fundamental football right there.
Just
You've
shy
got
of
to
the
have a guy in each.
Right, just shy of the first down marker, make it 3rd and 1. Spot that ball at the 23.
When you have a team with a good option that runs it like that, they're going to kill you if you don't have those covered on both points.
Hand off to Land this time. Land.
That was a nice stop.
Yeah, cut down, and who was that? That was, can't even see from here. I think it was Borgalt with the tackle there.
Hunter Borgalt. His mom works at the high school. Hunter's a very nice young man.
Did get the first down, though, to the 19-yard line.
So Capital shows 9 sophomores on this squad, which means they're probably going to be pretty good next year. I believe they have 19 seniors.
There's a bunch of them. I didn't count them.
Which I can remember one team we had in the last 20 years with 19 seniors.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Redmond under center with a back behind him. Handoff to that back. Sneaking around down the line of scrimmage, number 24. That's Potts, Gavin Potts on the carry. Get close to the 10, maybe the 11. Short of the first down.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Well, looks like we have 1, maybe 2 plays left in this quarter, and we're off to the 4th. Right now they're going, Capital's running right to left. After the quarter, of course, they'll be going left to right.
So out of the pistol will go Redmond. High snap, but handled well.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah,
well, that's just a little draw play.
Draw play straight up the middle. Inside the 5 to about the 4. That should be about it for the
They're probably going to let that run down, I would guess.
Another first down, 16 first downs.
Set the chain or let her wind up.
Well, that's not good when you get a 4 to 5 yard run and a quarterback draw inside the 10. That's tough.
And they're going to let it run down.
And again, that's a question of responsibility. There's a linebacker, that's what he's supposed to be watching for.
So we head to the 4th quarter. 39-0, all Capital tonight. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, wants to help voters make informed decisions this election season by broadcasting candidate events. At 7, September 24th, the North Mason Chamber of Commerce and the North Mason Community Voice are holding a debate at the Hub in Belfair. At 6:30, October 4th, the League of Women Voters of Mason County is holding their Speed Dating Candidates Forum in Mason County POD 3's auditorium. And at 5:30, October 9th, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce is holding a candidates forum at Olympic Middle School in Shelton. Everyone is welcome to attend in person or online.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college
Got to get the, there we go. All that stuff didn't get on the air.
Well, it looks like Mr. Olds is kind of dejected down there.
And off there, not much for Capital. Well, we got a couple of yards.
We've got a very bored lumberjack, too.
Yeah.
Come on, Josiah. Pick it up.
So it'll be 2nd and goal, and they're going to spot the ball about the 1 or 2.
2-yard line.
Okay.
2nd down and 2 yards to go.
Oh, I imagine they're going to run that little dive play right off the right side here. Oh, left side, my bad.
Well, either
there
way,
we go,
touchdown. Ball carrier Tucker Grow.
Right through the 5-hole, wide open. Just that's basic 25 dive. Kids have been running that from 1900.
Did they call it then? Call it that then? Or?
I would guess they did.
Okay. So Penner's going to get his more work on that leg. Kick the point after. It's now 45 to nothing, and we should have a running clock after this.
Boy, Penner's going to get some stats for college recruiting tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's up, and it's good.
Yeah, wait for that the signal from the refs. I don't know why, but trust Eric. He nudges me. Trust Eric. We'll be right back.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
They're back here at Jack Stark Field. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, it looks like Penner, I think, is perfect on his point after attempts. Plus, he had that field goal earlier in the game, so he's had a good night.
27 yards, I believe it was.
Yes, I think it was, wasn't it, Eric?
He's having a heck of a guy. Yeah, it's 27. Yeah, right. Plus, what, 5, 6, 7 extra points?
Well, the score is 46. Didn't they have a 2-point?
They missed the
safety,
2-point.
yeah,
they had
right.
the safety, and they missed the 2-point.
That's right. That's right.
So even Steven on that one.
Yeah. That's probably why they went for the 2-point.
He's going to need to buy new cleats tomorrow.
So maybe he's been 5 for well, anyway. He's had a perfect night.
Well, that's a different formation they're in there for this kickoff. Ball is up. And
taking about
back
the 10.
To Boren.
Is it to Boren or is it to?
He's still
going.
That's Jason Kenyon.
Well, he was going.
Jason Kenyon trying to get something going. Saw that there was nowhere to go up to the right. Turned it back, and well.
See, maybe that's the time he used the old reverse, which so many teams are unsuspecting of that play. When it works, it goes all the way.
Right. And you don't see it very often.
Right.
You don't.
It's got to be the right circumstance.
Yeah. So I haven't seen it yet this year, but.
Well, he says that. Watch, we'll get it on the next kickoff.
They're listening to us, that's why.
Pretty sure, right. All right. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 24 for the Highclimbers. Looks like we do have a new quarterback in there, and that'd be Luke McPhee.
Well, Luke is another kid that started with us as a ball boy. Gosh, I believe he was 6 years old. His dad was a coach then, and he's paid his dues to get in this game right now, I'll tell you that. Hard-working guy.
And he's a senior this year.
Yeah, and you're not going to find a better kid that's more dedicated to the game.
Did I see that right, that there was a penalty on the Capital?
It must have been.
5 yards there.
Luke had 2 older brothers that played.
So I was wondering why they stopped the clock there. And so, be an offset eye for McPhee. He's under center. Bourne, the guy wide to the near side, handed off, and not much there for the running back, and I didn't see who that was. Is that?
I think it was Johnson, but I'm not sure. I can't tell.
I can't even see the number at this point.
Well, it looks like we've got Danny Mendiola. Looks like he's in there.
Got some new running backs in.
I believe Mendiola's in.
Maybe it was Oles. Looks like Oles is at the end of that offset eye this time.
You can't see who's in fullback.
Oh, boy. That's Oles on the carry, but boy, oh boy, did Capital bust through there and almost get to McPhee.
Fullback was Richard Knight.
Yeah, Oles is the ball carrier.
Hands the ball off to Josiah Oles. Oles makes a pretty good gain up, about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1 yard to
Third
go.
and 1 to go here, ball at the 33.
Well, when Josiah gets through that second tier, it's off to the races. He's got the speed to keep it going all the way to the goal line.
I'll introduce our cheerleaders here down
Well, he proved that last week.
That 68-yard, was it?
Yeah.
Grace Reneker, Kristen Bailey,
Now, we had that years ago with Colton Paller.
Ashley Dodge,
He had that 5th gear that you could not catch the guy once he hit it. Only the difference was he was about 6'2", 220.
Angel Lucero,
Colton is now at the University of Wyoming doing track and field on a full scholarship.
Alexander,
Heck of an athlete.
Emily Armfield, Serena Ceballos,
All right, I'm trying to follow what this referee's doing with his hand signals, but I have no idea. They're going to wind the clock anyways. Might have been some sort of an offsetting thing. I don't know.
I'll bring those every week.
Okay.
So many changes this year.
Well, it's nice to have a referee who'll give you the clear signal. That's a pitch on a sweep, and that's Gavin Gold.
He's a small guy. He's got little hands. It's kind of hard to see them.
As I've said before, there's a lawyer who does some refereeing. Watched him do a youth football game, and he was very specific, and you could not.
No mistake.
No mistake. Yeah.
4th first down, Diedrich.
Oh, okay.
Nice run.
Gold on the carry there, and he is still at the end of the eye. Got Borgalt wide to the near side.
McPhee's back and no protection at all.
Just busting in there. Cougars having their way.
Racked up by Mitchell Armstrong.
Well, Luke's not
Loss of 5 yards there.
not going to back down. I'll tell you that. He'll stick in that pocket all day if he has to.
So 2nd and 15 coming. Ball's at the 36.
I don't know why he's not in the gun, but he's not.
Here they're coming after him again. Quick short block, short drop, and just somebody got a big mid on that ball.
Well, you got to have some blocking. That was just a quick skinny post. So that guy should be there, and if you're doing your job right, these hands will not be in the air.
Big old mitt in the way. It doesn't
Pass
go over.
pro, though, you're getting him a solar plexus. He's not going to jump much again.
Saborn will come wide to the near side, approaching 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Running clock.
Charlie Hurd on the far side, out wide.
Getting that offset eye. McPhee's under center. Hands it off.
To no hold.
Hold, and it just
2-yard loss.
Yeah, you think it's a loss?
6 of one, half done the other, right?
He might have gotten a little bit of.
Let's give him a yard. Yeah, they're going to give him a.
I give him a yard.
Yeah, they're going to give him a couple yards.
So we've got 4th and what, 13 maybe? Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Zach's how many kicks now? Got to be his 15th punt, maybe.
Lots of times, yeah.
Yeah,
You ran out of lead there, huh?
I did, yeah.
We do have
Unfortunately,
a flag. I almost knocked down the camera. There's a flag that was dropped in the secondary.
Really?
Yeah, well.
Delay on them? Too many men.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a big penalty.
I think that's what that is.
You know, some of the hand signals that they've come out these days.
Well, they've got so many darn penalties.
Yeah. Well, that gives the Highclimbers first down.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay, so that's an automatic, so that's got to be something else.
Yeah, that's the 5th first down for Shelton. And that was the 3rd penalty for Capital, which was a costly one.
Yeah.
What was that penalty, you know? What did they just call the penalty? No.
Nobody knows. It's a mystery. It's a first and 10 for the Highclimbers. They are in Cougar territory now. That's 47. McPhee will pitch it. It says, got Oles on the carry? No.
Number 20.
Number 20, Gavin Gould. Gould, is it Gould or Gould?
It's Gould. His dad is the head of the C team coach.
Okay. So second down.
Far guy on the far left, I believe, is Gould.
Okay.
Gavin's a tough little guy.
Nice carry, 5 yards.
Gould played here in the late 80s or early 90s, I believe.
Before my time.
Mine too.
Hurt the guy below us. Pitched to Gould again. He'll cut it back that time. No, nice
run, Gould.
Nice find. He found the holes.
Looks like a first down, guys.
The 36-yard line.
Gate of 6 on the play, 6 first down.
It's a first and 10 at the 36 of Capital now.
Burgault made a pretty nice little block on that play. He's been replaced.
Bourne goes wide to the far side, Hurt wide to the near side.
Richard Knight in the backfield.
Okay. Under center is McPhee.
Okay, he's got a pass. There we go.
Oh, intercepted.
Shoot.
Good read there.
Yeah, we've got another flag.
Yeah. I believe that was Daniel Eli.
I think Luke didn't see that guy coming across there.
Eli, 5'9", might have been hiding under another guy.
Well, they might have been disguising their coverage there.
Yeah.
He thought it was zone, and I think they had man-to-man.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Diedrich, that was the second turnover for the Highclimbers. They've had a fumble, and they've had, this is the interception.
Well, I'm seeing helmets get smashed on the ground. That's never a good sign. There's the second one.
Yeah. Another Charlie horse there, too. It's like Hurt's having one.
Well, they're always endemic at this time of year.
Yeah.
First couple of 3 games.
First and 10 for Capital. Ball's on the shelf at the Capital 46. And we have another new quarterback in there.
With nobody covering him.
Quarterback and the runner was Eli Hoffman.
That's Eli Hoffman with the keeper there.
And it's a first down. Go ahead, Jerry.
17th first down and 11-yard run by the new quarterback, Hopkins.
First down, it'll be first and 10 from the Highclimber 43-yard line.
A minute 45 to go on this running clock. 46-0. Capital cruising at this point, aren't they?
Yeah.
When that clock gets running, it sure makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh
yeah.
As a clock operator, I got to tell you how many times I've been yelled at for that. When people don't understand that it's certified.
Well, there's an end around there.
Oh.
Not going anywhere, though.
Well, he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Normally,
A.J. Peters,
yeah.
I'm sorry. It wasn't going anywhere, but they managed to run it out.
Well, that was a bull charge.
Yeah.
And Eric, what you said earlier about tackling, you got to tackle them a little bit lower. And it, you know, that should have been a loss of 4 or 5.
Hit him in the ankles, you go around and go nowhere.
Yeah.
As a coach, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's easier to do. Just chop the guy.
Yeah.
So we have a second down. 6 from the Highclimber 40 now, are the Cougars.
And if you notice, it's usually younger guys that make that mistake. They haven't learned that technique of getting those ankles out.
Out of the pistol, this is a quarterback draw.
Oh,
we got
fumble.
a fumble. We got a fumble. And I believe the Climbers have that ball.
With 20 seconds or so to go here.
No, I guess they didn't get it. He caught his own fumble.
Recovered by Capital?
Yes, I believe so.
And it's a first down. But the clock's going to run out on the game.
Well, that was another tough one to lose.
Yeah. So that'll do it. It's the final here at Highclimbers Stadium at Jack Stark Field. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. Get some final thoughts from Eric and final stats from Jerry. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
Why am I voting for Sharon Trask? Because she's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
I believe she will be a trustworthy office holder who will look to put Mason County on a firm footing as we move into the future.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
All right, we're back at Jack Stark Field, Highclimbers Stadium. Final score, Capital 46, Shelton 0. And Eric, while we wait for Jerry to do the statistic thing, get your thoughts on the game today.
Well, a lot of guys missing their assignments. You can't let that quarterback run willy-nilly out there on that pitch. And that's just basic football. And I'd like to straighten up something I've heard over and over. Shelton does not have a culture of losing. I will say that to the day I die. Okay. We might not have the greatest facilities or the greatest coaches, but we don't have a culture of losing. There's no correcting that when there's not a problem. What we need to do is start back with the fundamentals, because this game is a game of detail. When you do the small little things right over and over and over and over, the big things like the scoreboard and the wins and the losses will take care of themselves. You've got to have the proper stands, the proper splits. The first step has got to be right. Write down the sequence, and when you miss those little things, nothing good happens. Nothing.
So, Eric, you've seen a lot of Shelton over the years. Tell us a little bit about what you saw was positive about what
Positive, we've got a lot of young guys that I think that by the end of the year, we can pull some of these games out.
Okay.
We've got 16 coaches. That shows a level of dedication that this town supports our team. We've always had that. And it's attention to detail. I can't say it enough. I played for 4 different coaches at Washington State. And the last one was Jim Walden. I've bought into that then, and I still buy it. You've got to do the little things right. And that just comes from hard practices and a lot of drills, a lot of drills. But I'm looking at splits that jump back and forth. That's basic football. Got to have those splits right.
All right, Jerry, you got the statistics all
figured
out.
We're talking about positive things, Shelton. I think one of the things that I want to say is Shelton cut down on their number of penalties in the second half, and that's good.
That was very positive, yes, I
agree.
agree.
That was a very positive. Anyway, Shelton had 6 first downs. They had 52 yards rushing total, and they have 15 yards passing for a total of 67 yards. They had 2 turnovers, 1 interception, 1 fumble. 2 for 11 on the passing game. And number 3 got a chance to come in and play a lot in the second half for the Highclimbers, and that was Luke McPhee. For Capital, they had 20 first downs. They had a total of 181 yards on the ground, 92 yards. Excuse me. Let me go back on that. Capital had 273 yards on the ground, 273 yards, and they had 98 yards in the air for a total of 381 yards. The quarterback, number 11, Erickson, completed 6 of 11 passes for a total of 98 yards. They had 1 turnover, and that was recovered by Capital. That was a fumble. And the Capital Cougars and the Highclimbers tonight had very few penalties, really. So that's the good news. Capital only had 35 yards in penalties, and in the second half for the Highclimbers, they only had 1 penalty, and that was the half of the distance to the goal line. So, yeah, you look at 6 first downs compared to 20. You look at 381 yards compared to 67 yards.
Wow, that's a huge, huge difference.
The kicking game was very good for Capital. I mean, they averaged probably 50, 55 yards on each kickoff, and we had a couple nice returns. That was maybe a positive, I thought, on the part of the Highclimbers. So, anyway, I want to say something else very positive.
Sure, go ahead.
It's so good to have this man next to me.
Jerry.
Eric, doggone it. Glad to have you back, bud.
Good to be back.
Okay. And I want to just say something, fans. You know that Eric, if you know Eric pretty well, he's a strong Cougar fan. Tonight he gave me a nice gift.
For Washington State. Go ahead, Jerry. I'm sorry.
I can't believe it, but I'm a sentimental guy. But he gave me, it was his wife's idea. He gave me a Husky hat. Anyway, thank you, sir. It's nice to have you back.
The 7 cents that it cost me, I pulled out of my own piggy bank. So.
I knew you had a good comeback.
Well, I got to tell you a story.
I knew you had a good comeback.
2 years ago, I went to the Apple Cup in Pullman. My dad had season tickets. I sat down. I got a little warm. I took off my coat, and I had a Husky sweatshirt on. David and Ralph are playing. Those are my boys. I am there to support them 100%. My dad almost threw me out of the stadium. I am not kidding. He got so upset with me and moved me. And so I have friends in this community. And that would be like just, I was the Antichrist with that coat on, man. And they took it to us that night. And we left the game, I believe it was 7 below 0 that night. Oh, my goodness, it was cold.
All right, gentlemen. Any final words from you?
Well, I sure hope we see better next week. We play
Peninsula
here.
Correct.
Peninsula, Gig Harbor Light, I call them. It's the same community. They share the same field. They have a lot of the same type stuff, a lot of the same kids, and they're always well coached.
And they've been strong the last couple of years.
They have been very strong the last couple of years. So we better have our taco meat in the tacos when we come to play them.
All right, guys. Wrap this thing up. As mentioned, Shelton continues South Sound Conference play next Friday against Peninsula here on Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. Capital, by the way, if you're interested, hosts North Thurston next week. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night as the Highclimbers host the Seahawks. Kickoff is 7 p.m. And that will pretty much do it for us here at Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. My thanks to Eric Raywald, Jeannie as well.
My thanks to Diedrich Allen and Jerry Apple.
And Jerry Apple. Can't do that line because there's nobody from that class there. Final again, Capital 46, Shelton nothing. And we will talk to you next week.
Hope to see everyone next week. Same time, same place.
Yeah, as they say, same bat channel. I'm sorry.
Good night, folks.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Tigert Media. Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner, District 3. Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative, Position 1, GOP. Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life. And Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.